Welcome. To receive daily prayers and inspiring messages of God's love and peace, please subscribe and join our community.
My beloved child, even before you drew your first breath, I saw you. Even before your life's story began to unfold, I knew every chapter you would walk through. I have counted the very hairs on your head, and I have watched over you in every moment, whether you felt my presence or not. You are precious to me. Nothing about your journey escapes my notice. I have seen your laughter and your tears, your victories and your defeats, your moments of boldness and your moments of brokenness. Nothing about you is hidden from my eyes, and today I want you to know just how deeply you are known and loved. I know there are days when life feels overwhelming, when the weight of the world presses down upon your shoulders, and you find yourself wondering how you will ever make it through. I know the silent tears you have cried in the darkness, the prayers you have whispered when you thought no one was listening. I have been present in every sigh, every question, every longing that has arisen in your heart. My love for you is not distant or detached. It is intimate, close, and personal. You are never out of my reach. You are never out of my care. There are moments when pain feels endless, when you wonder if I have forgotten you. Perhaps you have questioned my love, or wondered why the doors seem to close no matter how desperately you knock. There are times when you look around and see others thriving while you feel stuck, lost, or left behind. You wonder if your prayers matter, if your voice reaches me, or if your needs are somehow less important than those of others. My precious child, let me assure you, your cries pierce my heart. Your needs are my concern. Your life is of infinite value to me. I see you in your struggle. I see you in your confusion. I see you in your moments of strength and in your moments of weakness. Not once have I turned my face from you. Not once have I abandoned you. In the storms of life, I have been the unseen hand that held you steady, the quiet whisper that encouraged you to take just one more step. In the long, silent nights, I have been the gentle presence by your side, weeping with you, holding you, reminding you that you are never alone. Perhaps you have grown weary. The burdens you carry seem too heavy, the future too uncertain, and the past too painful. You have tried to be strong, to carry on, to hope against hope. You have told yourself to have faith, but faith feels like a distant memory. Maybe you have begun to believe the lies that whisper you are not enough, that your story is over, that nothing will ever change. My child, let me speak truth over you. I am not finished with you yet. Your pain is not pointless. Your struggle is not unseen. Your journey is not over. There are seasons in life when darkness surrounds you so completely that you cannot even remember what light looks like. You feel trapped, hemmed in by problems on every side. Money runs out, health fails, relationships break down, and you begin to wonder if you will ever escape this valley. But I am the God who walks into the darkness with you. I am not afraid of your pain. I am not disappointed by your doubts. I am not repelled by your mess. In fact, it is in these very places of struggle and weakness that my love shines brightest. I want you to remember, I came to earth not to be served but to serve, not to be above your pain but to enter into it. I have walked dusty roads, felt hunger, known exhaustion, wept at gravesides, and been betrayed by friends. I have felt the agony of abandonment and the sting of injustice. I have suffered so that I might truly understand your suffering. There is no part of your pain that I have not tasted. You are never alone in your hurt. When you look at your life and see only brokenness, I see the seeds of a new beginning. When you see only ashes, I see beauty waiting to be born. When you feel overwhelmed by what is lacking, I see all that I am able to provide. I am not limited by your circumstances. I am not surprised by your failures. I am not hindered by your weaknesses. Where you see impossibility, I see opportunity. Where you see an ending, I see a door to something new. If you feel unseen by the world, know that you are seen by me. If you feel unheard by others, know that I am listening. If you feel unloved or unwanted, know that my love for you is unchanging, unfailing, and unconditional. Nothing you do, nothing you experience, nothing you suffer can separate you from my love. I loved you before you knew my name, and I will love you to the very end of time. Maybe your pain is physical. Your body is weary, sick, or broken, and you wonder if healing is possible. Maybe your pain is emotional, wounds from the past, words that cut deep, relationships that have left scars. Maybe your pain is spiritual, a sense of emptiness, a feeling that I am far away, that your prayers hit a ceiling and bounce back unheard. Or perhaps your struggle is financial. You are burdened by debt, uncertain about the future, fearful of how you will provide for yourself and those you love. No matter what you face, I see it all. I see the silent calculations as you try to make your resources stretch further than they can go. I see the fear that keeps you awake at night, the shame that makes you hide your needs, the despair that creeps in when you have tried everything and still come up short. I see the courage it takes just to get out of bed some days, to put one foot in front of the other, to hope when hope seems foolish. I am here to tell you, I am the God who makes a way where there seems to be no way. I am the God who brings rivers out of deserts, who brings life out of death, who brings hope out of despair. When every door is shut, I open a new one. When every road seems blocked, I carve a new path. When you have reached the end of yourself, you have not reached the end of me. I am your beginning, your middle, and your end. I am with you in every step, in every breath, in every tear. You may wonder, how can I trust you when things hurt so much? My child, I understand. Faith is not pretending that pain does not exist. Faith is inviting me into the pain. Faith is not the absence of doubt. It is the choice to trust me with your questions, to lean on me when your own strength is gone. I do not require you to be strong. I only ask that you let me be strong for you. I do not demand perfection. I only invite you to come as you are. Do you remember the stories I told about lost sheep, about lost coins, about lost sons? These stories were never just about someone else. They are about you. They are about the relentless love I have for you, a love that pursues, a love that rescues, a love that rejoices when you are found. When you wander, I search for you. When you are broken, I carry you. When you cannot find your way home, I come to meet you where you are. There are times you have prayed and seen no immediate answer. There are times you have called out for help and felt only silence. My beloved, silence is not absence. Sometimes I am working in ways you cannot see. Sometimes I am teaching you to trust me beyond what you can understand. Sometimes I am preparing a blessing greater than what you have asked for. And sometimes I am simply holding you. No words, no answers, just my presence with you in the darkness. Look back for a moment. Can you remember times when you thought you could not go on, and yet here you are? Can you see moments of provision, moments of unexpected grace, moments when things worked out in ways you never could have planned? That was me. My hand has always been on your life. My grace has always been enough. My love has always been your shelter. There is a reason you are listening to my voice right now. It is not an accident or coincidence. I have drawn you here because I want you to know that hope is not lost. I want you to know that I am still writing your story, and the best chapters are still ahead. No matter what has happened, no matter what you have done, no matter how far you feel from me, I am never far from you. So come, just as you are. Bring your pain, your questions, your doubts, your fears. Bring your anger, your disappointment, your regret. There is nothing you can say or feel that will make me turn away from you. I am not intimidated by your honesty. I am not put off by your struggle. I invite you to lay it all at my feet. Let me carry what you cannot. Let me be your strength in weakness, your hope in despair, your light in darkness. Let my words sink into your heart. I see you. I know you. I love you. And I am with you. You are not defined by your pain, your past, or your problems. You are defined by my love. You are not stuck. You are not hopeless. You are not forgotten. You are mine, and I will never let you go. There are days when you may feel like giving up. There are days when it seems easier to numb the pain or to hide from the world. But I am calling you forward. I am calling you into the light. I am calling you to trust that even now I am working for your good. Even now I am making a way. Rest in me, my child. Take a deep breath and let my peace wash over you. The journey may be hard, but you are not alone. The path may be steep, but you do not walk it by yourself. I am with you in every valley, every shadow, every storm. I am the God who makes a way. I am the God who never fails. I am the God who loves you with an everlasting love. So as you listen, as you open your heart, let go of the burdens you have carried for so long. Let go of the need to have all the answers. Let go of the shame and guilt that weigh you down. Let me speak life into your soul. Let me remind you who you are and whose you are. Let me whisper hope where there has been only despair. You are more than your mistakes. You are more than your fears. You are more than your circumstances. You are my beloved, and I delight in you. I sing over you. I rejoice when you turn to me. I am your refuge, your provider, your healer, your friend. This is not the end of your story. There is hope for you. There is a future for you. There is a way forward even when you cannot see it. Trust me, my child. Take my hand. Let us walk this road together. I promise I will make a way. End of section 1, approximately 3,000 words. My beloved child. After all you have heard and all you have been through, let me reassure you again. You are never alone. I want you to know this not just as a comforting phrase, but as an unshakable truth that you can cling to when every other certainty seems to fall away. My presence with you is not just a theological idea. It is a living reality, constant and unwavering, even when you cannot see me or feel me. From the very beginning, I have walked with you. Even in your earliest memories, there are moments you may have forgotten, but I have not. The first time you felt afraid and called out for someone to hold you, I was there, gently wrapping you in my invisible embrace. When you took your first steps, uncertain and trembling, I was there beside you, delighting in your courage and loving you whether you succeeded or fell. When you faced your first disappointment, when the world felt suddenly colder and harder than you imagined, I was there to catch every tear that fell. As you grew older, life became more complicated. There were new joys, but also new sorrows, betrayals, losses, rejections, and the slow realization that sometimes people do not understand, cannot help, or even cause pain themselves. In these moments, loneliness can feel like a heavy cloak, wrapping around your heart and mind, whispering that no one truly sees, no one truly cares, that you must walk through this world alone. But my precious child, this is not true. Loneliness is a liar. Its voice is not my voice. When you are at your lowest, when it feels like there is no one left to turn to, that is often when my presence is closest, like a breath on your cheek, a warmth in your chest, a sense of peace that you cannot explain. Even in the moments when you are sure I am absent, I am nearer than your very breath. Let me take you through some of those hardest times and show you how I have been there, loving you, carrying you, even when you did not realize it. Do you remember the nights you lay awake, staring at the ceiling, your mind racing with worries you could not silence. In those silent hours, I sat beside you. I listened to every thought, every fear, every desperate prayer that never left your lips. My heart broke with yours. My spirit hovered over you, whispering words of comfort that you may not have heard, but which still settled gently on your soul. Sometimes I sent a song into your mind, a memory of laughter, or simply a wave of sleep to wash over you and give you rest. There were days when you went through the motions, smiling on the outside while hurting on the inside, feeling unseen and misunderstood. But I saw you. I was the one who gave you the strength to get out of bed, to keep going, to hope for something better. There were times when you longed for someone to notice your pain, to reach out and ask if you were truly okay. Sometimes it was my voice that prompted a friend to check on you, or the kindness of a stranger that gave you the reminder that you mattered. Do you remember when grief washed over you so powerfully you felt like you might drown in it? The loss of someone you loved, or a dream that died before it had a chance to live. In those moments when words failed and all you could do was weep, I was right there. I knelt beside you, holding you as you poured out your sorrow. I wept with you, for my heart is not unmoved by your pain. I collected your tears, each one precious to me. I did not rush you through your grief, but stayed until your soul was quiet again. There have been seasons when you felt abandoned, even by me. When you prayed and heaven felt silent, when you searched for signs and found none, when you felt like your prayers bounced off the ceiling and fell back into your empty hands. My beloved, even in these times I was not far. My silence was not absence. Sometimes, in my wisdom, I allow you to walk through the valley, not because I want you to suffer, but because I want to show you that my presence does not depend on feelings or circumstances. I want you to learn to trust that I am with you, always, everywhere, in joy and in pain, in the light and in the shadow. Let me remind you of the stories you know from my life on earth. Remember Lazarus? My dear friend died, and his sisters, Mary and Martha, felt alone and abandoned in their grief. Even though I delayed my arrival, I was never indifferent to their pain. When I arrived and saw their sorrow, I wept with them. My tears mingled with theirs. My presence in that moment was not just to perform a miracle, but to share in their suffering, to show that I am the God who enters into your grief, who does not stand at a distance, but draws near to the brokenhearted. Or think of my disciple Peter. In his darkest moment, after he denied me 3 times, he was overwhelmed by shame and regret. He must have believed he was utterly alone, beyond forgiveness. But after my resurrection, I came to him. I called him by name. I restored him, not with condemnation, but with love. I met him in his aloneness and offered him a fresh start. My presence did not leave him in his failure, but lifted him into hope. There was a woman at a well, shunned by her community, carrying shame and regret. She came at the hottest part of the day to avoid others, believing herself unworthy of companionship. But I met her there, in her loneliness, and spoke with her, giving her dignity and hope. I saw her. I see you too. And on the night before my crucifixion, when I prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane, my friends fell asleep and then abandoned me. I felt the weight of loneliness, of being misunderstood, of carrying a burden no one else could carry. I know what it is to feel alone, but even then, my Father was with me. Even then, I trusted that His presence was enough. You are never truly alone, even when it feels that way. I am not a distant God, watching from far away. I am Emmanuel, God with you. My Spirit lives in you, guiding, comforting, strengthening, and reminding you of my love. I am in the laughter and the tears, in the quiet moments and the chaos, in the victories and the valleys. Let me show you how my presence has been at work in your life, even when you could not see it. There was that day when you narrowly escaped harm, an accident avoided, a diagnosis reversed, a danger you sensed but could not explain. That was my hand of protection. There were times when you felt a sudden surge of courage to face a fear, to speak a truth, to take a step forward. That was my spirit encouraging you. There were moments when you heard a song on the radio, read a verse, or received a message that seemed written just for you. That was my way of reminding you, I see you, I know you, I am with you. Sometimes, my presence is a felt experience, a sense of warmth, of peace, of being held in invisible arms. Other times, it is quieter, hidden in the ordinary. The sunrise, the smile of a child, the kindness of a friend, the beauty of a flower in a field. All these are my gifts to you, signs of my nearness, reminders that you are not forgotten. There will be times in the future when loneliness will try to whisper its lies again. In those moments, remember this: feelings are not facts. Even if you feel alone, you are not. My promise is stronger than your emotions. I have said, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you. My love is a constant presence, a steady anchor, a light that never goes out. Let me invite you, right now, to practice noticing my presence. Take a deep breath. As you inhale, imagine my spirit filling your lungs, bringing life and peace. As you exhale, imagine releasing your worries, your loneliness, your sense of isolation. Close your eyes if you like, and picture me sitting beside you, right here, right now. Speak to me, if only in your heart. Tell me how you feel. I am listening. I am closer than your skin. If you find it hard to sense my presence, do not be discouraged. You do not have to work to earn my nearness. My presence is a gift, given freely, always available. Sometimes it helps to be still, to quiet your mind, to open your hands and simply say, Jesus, I need you. Be with me. You do not have to use fancy words. I delight in every honest prayer. There may be people in your life who cannot be there for you in the way you long for. Sometimes even those who love you do not understand your struggles or cannot carry your burdens. But I can, and I do. I am able to bear what you cannot. I am able to hold what you release to me. Bring me your loneliness. Bring me your disappointments. Bring me your need for companionship. I am not only your Lord and Savior, I am your friend, your brother, your closest companion. Sometimes my presence is revealed through others. I may send someone to encourage you, to help you, to remind you that you are seen and loved. Pay attention to those small acts of kindness, those unexpected moments of connection. Let your heart be open to receive love from others, even if it comes in unexpected ways. And do not forget that you are part of my family. There are people who share your struggles, who have walked through valleys like yours. You are not alone in your pain. Seek out community even when it feels hard. Let others pray for you, walk with you, share in your burdens. As you allow yourself to be known, you will find that my love flows through others to reach you. There are also times when solitude is a gift, an opportunity to know me more deeply, to discover that my presence is enough. In the quiet, I can speak to your heart. In the silence, I can fill you with peace. Use these moments to draw near to me, to listen for my voice, to let my love fill every empty space. Let me remind you, my child, you are never alone. When you walk through fire, I am with you. When you pass through the waters, they will not overwhelm you, for I am by your side. When you sit in the darkness, my light is there. When you rejoice, I rejoice with you. When you weep, I weep with you. Even if the world turns its back, even if friends fail you, even if you feel abandoned, my love remains. Nothing can separate you from me. Not trouble or hardship, not fear or shame, not death or life, not the present or the future. My presence is your home, your safe place, your constant refuge. As you continue on this journey, remember this truth. I am always with you. I have written your name on my heart. I have promised never to leave you. I am the God who comes close. I am the shepherd who carries his sheep. I am the friend who never betrays. I am the father who runs to meet his child. I am with you always, to the very end of the age. So take courage. Lift your head. You are not walking this road alone. Whatever the valley, whatever the storm, whatever the night, my presence is your promise. My spirit is your guide. My love is your covering. You are mine, and I am with you. Let these words settle into your soul. Let my presence comfort you in your loneliness, strengthen you in your weakness, and give you hope for every tomorrow. You are never alone. I am here. I will always be here. My beloved child, now that you have opened your heart to my presence and allowed yourself to remember that you are never truly alone, I invite you to look deeper into the times of struggle, the valleys, the storms, the seasons of waiting and wondering, the days that seem endless and the nights that feel unbearably dark. I know these times can feel like the very end, like walls closing in, like hope running dry. But today, let me show you that these trials are not the end. In fact, in the middle of struggle, something sacred is unfolding. The refining of your faith, the growth of your soul, the weaving of a story only possible through trust in me. From the very beginning, human hearts have asked the same questions you are asking now. Why do I have to suffer? Why is this happening to me? Where is God in my pain? Does any of it matter? Does it mean I have failed or that I am forgotten? Let me assure you, your trials are not punishments. They are not proof that I have left you, nor do they signal the end of your story. Rather, they are invitations, invitations to walk more closely with me, to learn the depths of my love, to experience the transforming power of faith. When you look at your life, what do you see in those times of greatest struggle? Perhaps you remember fear, an overwhelming sense that everything was out of control. Maybe you remember pain, physical, emotional, or spiritual. You might remember anger, disappointment, or even despair. And it is true that suffering brings all of these emotions to the surface. But if you look a little deeper, can you see the hidden treasures that have come from those hard places? Can you see moments when your heart was softened, when you reached out for help, when you discovered courage or hope you never knew you had? Even if you cannot see them clearly yet, I have been at work in every moment, planting seeds that would one day bear fruit. Remember, I am not a distant observer, nor am I indifferent to your suffering. When you walk through fire, I walk with you. When you cry out in the night, I am the one who listens. When you are tempted to give up, I am the hand that holds you steady. There is a story I want to tell you, one that is not only ancient but living, for it is woven into your own journey and the journeys of countless others before you. In the scriptures, my beloved children faced countless trials. Abraham waited years for a promise to be fulfilled, his faith tested by uncertainty and delay. Joseph was betrayed, enslaved, and imprisoned before he was lifted up to save many lives. Moses wandered in the desert, leading a people who doubted, questioned, and rebelled. David ran for his life from those who wished to destroy him. Daniel was thrown into a den of lions. Esther faced the risk of death to save her people. Mary and Joseph endured shame and hardship, trusting in promises that seemed impossible. Even I, when I walked on earth, was not spared from suffering. I felt hunger, exhaustion, loneliness, and rejection. I faced betrayal by friends, misunderstanding by family, and opposition from enemies. I prayed in the garden until my sweat was like drops of blood. I was mocked, beaten, and nailed to a cross, crying out in agony, feeling forsaken yet choosing to trust my Father until the very end. Why did I allow my children, and even myself, to experience such suffering? Because through trial, faith is refined. Through struggle, love is deepened. Through weakness, my strength is revealed. Faith is not born in comfort, but in challenge. It is in the darkness that you learn to seek the light. It is in the silence that you learn to listen for my voice. It is in the waiting that you discover patience, perseverance, and the surprising beauty of surrender. When you face trials of many kinds, do not believe the lie that you are abandoned. Instead, see these moments as invitations to press closer to me, to trust me with all that you are, to lean not on your own understanding, but on my wisdom and my timing. Let me walk you through some truths about struggle and faith. First, trials reveal what you truly believe. When all is going well, it is easy to say, God is good. But when circumstances turn, when prayers seem unanswered, when the future is uncertain, your heart is tested. Do you still trust my love, even when you do not understand my ways? Do you believe I am for you, even when everything feels against you? These questions are not meant to shame you, but to draw you into honest, vulnerable relationship with me. I want you to bring your questions, your anger, your doubts. I am not afraid of them. Faith is not the absence of doubt, but the choice to trust even with trembling hands. Second, trials are not wasted. Not one moment of your pain is meaningless. I gather every tear. I see every sleepless night. I am present in every heartbreak. Even the wounds that seem slow to heal become places where my light can shine through. Your scars tell a story, not only of pain but of survival, of resilience, of grace that met you when you needed it most. I use every part of your story, even the parts you wish you could erase, to reveal my love to you and to others. Third, trials grow your compassion. Suffering softens your heart, allowing you to understand and comfort others who are hurting. The pain you have endured becomes a gift, a bridge to reach those who feel alone. Your empathy is deepened, your prayers are richer, your kindness more tender. You are able to say, I know how it feels, and to be a source of hope for someone else. Fourth, struggle strips away the illusion of control. In comfort, it is easy to believe you can manage life on your own, to rely on your own strength, wisdom, or resources. But in difficulty, you are reminded of your need for me, of your dependence on grace. This is not weakness, but wisdom. When you let go of control, you make room for miracles. When you surrender your plans, you receive my plans, which are higher and better than anything you could imagine. Fifth, faith in struggle produces endurance and hope. You may not see growth happening, but every step taken in faith strengthens your soul. Like a tree whose roots reach deeper during drought, your heart learns to cling to me, to find living water even in dry places. Perseverance shapes your character, and character gives birth to hope, a hope that does not disappoint, because it is anchored in me. Let me speak to your current struggles, whatever they may be. If you are facing financial hardship, wondering how you will provide, remember that I am the one who fed thousands with a few loaves and fish, the one who filled empty nets with fish, the one who multiplied oil for a widow in need. I know what you need before you ask. Trust me with your daily bread. I can open doors, bring opportunities, and provide in ways you never expected. Your value is not measured by what you own or what you lack. You are precious to me. If you are facing illness or physical suffering, know that I am the great physician. I see every pain, every diagnosis, every fear. I am with you in doctor's offices, hospital rooms, sleepless nights, and moments of fear. I can bring healing, sometimes in a moment, sometimes through process, sometimes by giving strength to endure. My grace is sufficient for you. In your weakness, my power is made perfect. If your struggle is emotional or mental, anxiety, depression, loneliness, trauma, do not hide in shame. Bring your pain to me. I understand what it is to be overwhelmed. I am not repelled by your brokenness. My love does not diminish in the darkness. Let me hold you, comfort you, and surround you with the help you need. You are not a burden. You are my beloved. If you are grieving the loss of someone you love, know that I am the man of sorrows, acquainted with grief. I mourn with you. I am near to the brokenhearted. Your tears are precious to me. I promise to be your comfort, your steady presence, your hope in the night. If you are waiting for an answer, a breakthrough, a promise to be fulfilled, do not lose heart. My timing is perfect. Delay is not denial. I am at work in ways you cannot see. Trust the process. Even when nothing seems to be happening, I am preparing you and preparing the way. Waiting is not wasted when you wait with me. I want to share with you some practical ways to hold on to faith in struggle. First, stay close to me in prayer. Prayer is not about perfect words or formulas. It is honest conversation. Tell me how you feel. Ask for what you need. Pour out your heart. And then, listen. Be still and let my spirit speak peace to your soul. Second, immerse yourself in my word. Let my promises anchor you when everything else is shifting. Meditate on my faithfulness in the past, to Abraham, to Moses, to David, to Mary, to Paul, and to you. Let stories of hope fill your mind, pushing back fear and doubt. Third, remember that you are not alone. Lean on others. Allow trusted friends, family, or spiritual mentors to pray for you, encourage you, and help carry your burdens. My body is made up of many members, each designed to support the others. Do not believe the lie that you must suffer in silence or isolation. Fourth, choose gratitude. Even in pain, there are gifts, small mercies, moments of beauty, reminders of my love. Give thanks, not because everything is perfect, but because I am present. Gratitude opens your eyes to see me at work. Fifth, take one day at a time. Do not worry about tomorrow. Trust me for this moment, this step. My grace is sufficient for today. When tomorrow comes, I will provide what you need. Let me share with you a parable, a story from my heart to yours. Imagine a vineyard, its vines twisted and heavy with leaves. The gardener walks among them, pruning here and there, cutting away what is dead or overgrown. The vines may feel the sting of the shears, may wonder why healthy branches are removed. But the gardener sees what the vine cannot, that pruning is not punishment, but preparation for greater fruitfulness. Without it, the vine would become tangled, its fruit small and weak. With it, the vine becomes strong, fruitful, and full of life. So it is with your life. Trials may feel like loss, like something precious being taken away, but I see the harvest to come. I am the gardener who never wounds without purpose. Trust my hands, even when the process hurts. You may be tempted to believe that struggle means failure, that if your faith were stronger, you would not suffer. My child, this is not true. Even I, the Son of God, faced the cross. Even my closest friends endured hardship. Faith is not the path of least resistance, but the courage to trust me in every circumstance. I will never waste your pain. One day you will look back and see that what you thought was the end was really a new beginning. The grave could not hold me. Your darkest valley cannot defeat my light, so hold on. Let faith rise within you, not a faith that denies reality, but a faith that sees beyond it. A faith that says, my God is with me. My God is for me. My God is working even now. Take my hand. Let us walk this road together. I am the God who brings beauty from ashes, joy from mourning, hope from despair. Your trial is not the end. It is the place where my love and power meet your deepest need. Trust me, my child. I am with you, now and always, and through it all I am making you more like me, a reflection of love, strength, and unshakable hope. My beloved child, now that you have traveled with me through the valleys of struggle and glimpsed the refining of faith in your hardest moments, I want to lift your eyes and let you see another wondrous truth. I am the Waymaker. I am not only with you in the darkness. I am the one who breaks the darkness, who brings dawn after the longest night, who makes rivers in the desert and roads through the wilderness. There is nothing too difficult for me. I want you to hear not just stories from long ago, but to see how I still provide, heal, and deliver in ways that astonish and humble the heart. You have already heard that your trials are not the end, that struggle is not a sign of my absence, but now let me reveal a deeper hope. In every impossibility, I am the God of the impossible. My child, you may feel surrounded by obstacles, financial burdens that threaten to crush you, illnesses that seem unmovable, relationships that feel beyond repair, dreams that have shriveled under disappointment. Perhaps you have whispered, "There's just no way." But listen to my promise. I will make a way where there is no way. This is not just poetry or wishful thinking. It is the testimony of all who have trusted in me, and I want to show you that it can be your testimony too. Let me take you back to stories that you know, for these are not just ancient history but living hope for today. Remember my children in Egypt, crushed by slavery, dreaming only of survival, never daring to hope for freedom. I sent Moses, a stuttering, exiled shepherd, to stand before Pharaoh, the mightiest ruler of that age, and demand release. Who could have imagined a way forward? Yet I split the sea, turning impassable water into a highway. I fed them manna when there was no bread, gave them water from a rock when thirst overtook them. What I did then, I do now. Think of Elijah, my prophet, exhausted and afraid, hiding from death in the wilderness. He felt utterly alone, certain that there was no escape, no provision left. But I sent bread by the hands of ravens, water from a brook, and then, when all seemed lost, a widow who shared her last meal, only to see her flour and oil multiply day after day, a miracle in a simple kitchen. Consider the woman who had bled for 12 years, hopeless and outcast. Doctors had failed, money had run out, friends had drifted away. But she pressed through the crowd and touched the hem of my garment, believing even in desperation that I could heal her. And instantly, power went out from me, and she was made whole. Do not forget the feeding of the 5,000, when thousands gathered hungry with only 5 loaves and 2 fish. My disciples despaired, "What are these among so many?" But I took what little they offered, blessed it, broke it, and it multiplied until all were fed, with baskets left over. In every story you see the same pattern: need, impossibility, trust, and my miraculous provision. But perhaps, my child, you wonder if these stories are only for others or only for long ago. Let me assure you, I have not changed. My love for you is as real and active as it was for Abraham, for Moses, for Mary, for Peter, for Paul. My power is not lessened by the passage of time or by the enormity of your circumstances. I am the Waymaker, today, for you. Let me tell you now of the ways I work in the lives of my beloved, even in this very age, ordinary people who opened their hands and hearts to me and witnessed my provision and healing. There was a mother, burdened with debts, her children hungry, her hope dwindling. She prayed not for riches, but simply for enough food, enough warmth, enough peace to sleep at night. In her darkest hour, a neighbor knocked, bringing groceries she never expected. A letter arrived with an unexpected refund. A friend paid a bill she could not. None of these were random. I saw every tear, heard every prayer, and moved hearts to answer, sometimes through people, sometimes through systems, but always with love. There was a young man battling addiction, lost in cycles he could not break. He hated himself, pushed others away, convinced he was beyond saving. But I never left him. I placed in his path a counselor who understood his pain, a stranger who prayed for him, a family member who refused to give up. Slowly, light returned. Slowly, strength grew. He found freedom, not all at once, but day by day, as he trusted me with his weakness. Let me speak to those who have cried for healing. There was a woman whose illness stole her strength, left her body frail, doctors baffled. She pleaded for relief. There were days she wanted to give up. Yet in her suffering, she felt a presence, my presence, like a warm embrace when pain was sharpest. One morning after a night of prayer and tears, she woke to find her pain gone. Doctors called it remission. She called it a miracle. Sometimes healing comes like this, sudden, unmistakable. Other times it is slower, quieter. A gradual return of energy, the right treatment at the right time, a lifting of depression, the restoration of peace. All are my gifts, shaped for each beloved one. There was a man whose business was failing, bills mounting, prospects bleak. He was honest, hard-working, but the numbers would not add up. In desperation, he cried out, "God, if you are real, help me." That week, an old client called with a new contract. A friend offered a small loan with no strings attached. Doors began to open. Not all at once, but enough to turn the tide. He saw my hand in every detail, in every rescue. But what of the prayers that seem unanswered? The healing that does not come? The provision that seems too late? My child, my ways are higher than yours. I see the end from the beginning. There are times I allow waiting, not as punishment, but as preparation. Times when I answer in ways you do not expect. Times when, in the mystery of pain, I am shaping you for a purpose greater than comfort. My delays are never my denials. Every not yet is wrapped in love. Every no is for a greater yes that you may not yet see. Let me draw you back to the cross, the place where the greatest way was made, where death became life and defeat became victory. When I hung there, suffering, my disciples saw only loss, only darkness, only the end. Yet, in 3 days, the stone rolled away, and life triumphed over death. If I could turn the horror of the cross into the hope of resurrection, what impossibility in your life can I not transform? My child, open your heart to me. Trust me with your needs, your wounds, your fears. Bring me what you have, even if it seems little, a mustard seed of faith, a weary prayer, a tear-stained hope. I can multiply what you offer. I can heal what you surrender. I can provide in ways you never imagined. Let me tell you more of my provision so you may see yourself in these stories. A family, after years of waiting, finally received the child they longed for, adopted into their arms. An elderly widow, alone and anxious, found community and purpose in serving others, her loneliness replaced by laughter. A student, worried about tuition, received a scholarship that seemed to come from nowhere. An immigrant, lost in a new land, found a church that welcomed him, helped him find work, and became his family. Every story is unique, but the thread is the same. I see, I care, I provide. And still, the greatest gift I give is not the miracle, but my presence through every circumstance, my peace when fear is loud, my comfort when pain persists, my assurance when the future is unknown. Even when the answer is not what you hoped, I am working for your good. Trust that I hold you and your story in my loving hands. Let me encourage you now to look at your own life. Truly look. Remember the times you survived what you thought you could not. The moments when a way opened just as hope was failing. Remember the small rescues, the quiet encouragements, the unlikely blessings. These were not accidents. I was with you, weaving grace into every chapter. Sometimes my provision is material, money, food, a job, shelter. Sometimes it is emotional, courage to keep going, friends who stay, love that refuses to give up. Sometimes it is healing, a mended body, a restored mind, a forgiven heart. And sometimes my provision is simply my presence. The calm that settles your fears, the hope that will not die, the love that surrounds you when all else falls away. You may wonder, how do I receive your provision and healing? It begins with openness, coming to me honestly, admitting your need, inviting me into your lack. There is no shame in being needy before me. In fact, need is the doorway through which my miracles enter. Bring your emptiness. I delight to fill it. It also involves trust, not in outcomes, but in me. You may ask for bread, and I may answer with manna. You may seek healing, and I may bring comfort first, or show you a new purpose in your pain. You may seek a way out, and I may bring you through. Whatever the answer, my heart for you is always good. Let me give you a blessing now, a promise for every tomorrow. Do not be afraid. Stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. These are not empty words, but the declaration of your waymaker. Where there is no path, I will make a path. Where the door is shut, I will open a window. Where hope is fading, I will kindle a new fire. Never think your needs are too small for me to notice, or too great for me to handle. Bring me your hunger, your thirst, your wounds, your questions. Let me provide for you, heal you, and lead you into abundance. The world may call it coincidence, but you will know it as providence. Others may see only luck, but you will see the hand of your loving Father. And even now, as you listen, I am working. I am sending help, bringing encouragement, orchestrating circumstances in ways you cannot yet see. Do not give up. Keep trusting. Keep hoping. Miracles still happen. Roads still open. I am your waymaker, yesterday, today, and forever. Let me finish this time with a prayer for you. Beloved child, may your eyes be open to see my provision in every day. May your heart be strengthened to believe in my power to heal and restore. May you know my presence as your greatest treasure, and my faithfulness as your anchor in every storm. Where there seems to be no way, may you witness my wonders and rejoice that you are never alone. Amen. You are loved. You are seen. You are held. I am the waymaker, and I will make a way for you, my beloved child. Now that you have heard stories of my provision and healing, and have seen glimpses of my power as the waymaker, I invite you into something even deeper, a journey of daily walking with me. For while my miracles may astound you, and my power can lift you from the deepest pit, the most beautiful gift I offer is relationship. It is a way of life, not just a moment of rescue. This path is built on trust, flows through surrender, and blossoms into a new beginning. A beginning that is possible for you right now, no matter where you stand. Walking with me is not just about seeking help when trouble comes or calling my name in the storm. It is about learning to live every moment with me, to find joy and peace even in the ordinary, to discover that your life, your very breath, can be transformed by my presence. Some believe that faith is just for the desperate hours or the holy days. But I want to walk with you in every second, in the quiet morning, the busy afternoon, and the silent night. I want to be your companion, your confidant, your source of courage, wisdom, and rest. Let us begin with trust. Trust is the soil in which every new thing grows. To trust me does not mean that you will never doubt or fear. Rather, it means you choose again and again to place your hand in mine even when the path is unclear. You choose to lean not on your own understanding, but on my wisdom. You choose to believe that I am good, even when you cannot see the outcome. Think of Peter, my disciple, who once saw me walking on the water. The waves were high, the wind strong, and yet, at my invitation, he stepped out of the boat. For a moment, his eyes were fixed on me. He walked on water, defying all logic and fear. But when he saw the storm, he began to sink. Still, when he cried out, I reached for him and lifted him up. Trust is not about never sinking. It is about knowing whom to call when you do. I know trust does not come easily for you. Perhaps your heart has been broken, your faith disappointed, your prayers seemingly unanswered. Maybe others have let you down, and you wonder if I will too. But let me assure you, I am not like any person you have ever known. My love does not change with your circumstances. My faithfulness is not fragile. I am the one who keeps promises, who finishes what he begins, who holds you even when you cannot hold on to me. To trust me is to let go of the illusion of control. You may plan, prepare, and try to manage every outcome, but there will always be things beyond your reach. Surrender is not weakness, it is wisdom. When you place your life, your dreams, your burdens, and your hopes in my hands, you are not losing yourself. You are finding the truest, safest place for your soul. Surrender begins with a simple prayer. Lord, I give you all of me. You do not have to have the perfect words, nor do you need to have everything figured out. Surrender is an act of honesty. It is coming before me as you are, imperfect, uncertain, sometimes afraid, and choosing to trust that I am enough. When you surrender, you make space for my grace to work, for my strength to fill your weakness, for my plans to unfold. Some believe that surrender means resignation, that you must accept defeat or give up all hope. But surrender in my kingdom is the doorway to new beginnings. It is letting go of lesser things so you can receive what is better. It is releasing the grip on your pain, your shame, your past mistakes, so that you can embrace forgiveness, healing, and freedom. Think of the woman who washed my feet with her tears. She came, broken and ashamed, but she surrendered her pride, her reputation, her need to hide. In her vulnerability, she received mercy and a new identity. Or think of Zacchaeus, who climbed a tree to see me, surrendering his dignity and his wealth, but finding in my friendship a new life. Every story of redemption begins with surrender. As you walk with me, new beginnings unfold, not because you force them, but because my spirit brings life wherever there is openness. You may find that old desires lose their grip, that wounds begin to heal, that hope takes root where there was only despair. You may notice a gentleness in your words, a patience in your actions, a kindness you did not know you had. These are the fruits of walking with me. Transformation is rarely instant, but it is always possible. Let me speak to the fears that rise in your heart when you think of trusting and surrendering. You may fear that if you let go, you will lose everything. But my child, what you surrender to me is never lost. It is redeemed. Your dreams, entrusted to me, are shaped for your good. Your losses, offered up, are gathered in my love and turned into gain. Even your regrets can become seeds for new life. Walking with me is not a promise of a life without trouble. In this world, you will have struggles, but you will not face them alone. My presence goes with you. My spirit dwells in you. With every step I will guide you, not always with answers, but always with myself. When you do not know which way to turn, ask me. I delight to lead you, to give wisdom, to open doors no one can shut and close doors that would harm you. There will be days when you stumble, when old habits return, when faith feels small. do not despair. Do not believe the lie that you must be perfect to walk with me. Perfection is not my requirement. Relationship is my desire. When you fall, get up. When you are weary, rest in me. When you are uncertain, let my peace anchor you. Let me give you a simple way to walk with me each day. Begin each morning by acknowledging me. Before you check your phone, before you turn on the noise of the world, pause and say, Jesus, I am here. Thank you for this new day. Lead me, guide me, use me. Open your heart to my voice. If you like, read a portion of my word. Let my promises shape your mind. Bring me your plans, your anxieties, your hopes. Ask for my wisdom, my courage, my love. As you go about your day, keep me in your thoughts. When challenges arise, whisper a prayer. When you see beauty, give thanks. When you feel frustration, ask for patience. I am not far off. I am with you in every moment. If you face a difficult decision, pause and ask, Jesus, what would you have me do? I will speak, not always with an audible voice, but with nudges in your spirit, with peace that settles over you, with a sense of rightness about the next step. In the evening, reflect on your day with me. Notice where you saw my hand at work, where you felt my presence, where you struggled. Give thanks for the blessings and bring me your burdens. Ask for forgiveness where you missed the mark, and receive my mercy. Rest in the assurance that tomorrow is a new beginning. Let me remind you that community is part of walking with me. Faith is personal, but never private. Share your journey with others. Find friends who encourage you, who pray with you, who remind you of my love when you forget. Be honest about your struggles and generous with your compassion. As you open your life, you will find that my presence is often revealed through the kindness of others. Walking with me also means letting me use your life to bless the world. Your story, your gifts, your wounds and your healing, all of it is valuable in my hands. When you encourage someone, when you offer forgiveness, when you give generously or stand for justice, you are carrying my love into the world. You may never know the full impact of a kind word or a quiet prayer, but I see it all, and I delight in your faithfulness. And remember, walking with me is a journey, not a destination. There will be mountains and valleys, celebrations and sorrows, but in every season, I am with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. If you ever feel lost, do not be ashamed to ask for help. I am the good shepherd who seeks the one who has strayed. No matter how far you wander, you are never beyond my reach. Come back to me as often as you need. I am always waiting with open arms. My beloved, as you trust, as you surrender, as you begin anew each day, remember, I am not only the God of miracles and provision, but the God of the long walk, the silent hours, the ordinary days. I am with you in the washing of dishes, the caring for children, the work at your desk, the moments alone with your thoughts. I am the gentle presence in the mundane, the steady hand in the chaos. Let your life become a living prayer, a daily yes to my love, a continual surrender to my leading. As you walk with me, you will find that hope rises, fear loses its grip, and joy springs up even in sorrow. You will become more fully yourself, more fully alive, more fully free. New beginnings are not only for once in a lifetime. They are for every morning, every breath, every yes you whisper to me. No matter what your past has been, no matter where you find yourself now, I am able to redeem, restore, and renew. Trust me. Walk with me. Let me make all things new. So, my child, do not hold back. Take the next step with me. Trust that as you surrender, you are not losing your life, but finding it in me. I am your way, your truth, your life. Together, let us walk into all the tomorrows I have prepared for you. With me, every ending is a new beginning. With me, there is always hope, my beloved child. Now you have journeyed with me through darkness and light, through sorrow and comfort, through struggle and faith, through miracles and surrender. We have looked honestly at your pain and remembered that you are never alone. You have heard my voice call you to trust, to lay down your burdens, to open your heart for new beginnings. You have witnessed how I make a way where there is no way, how I heal, how I provide, how I turn tears into joy and endings into beginnings. And now, as you prepare to move forward from this sacred space, let us pause, together, heart to heart. Let us gather all you have felt and heard, all that has been stirred within you, and place it in my hands. Before you take your next step, let me bless you and speak a prayer over your life, so that every word settles deep within your soul, becoming the seed of transformation and hope for your journey ahead. My child, I am not only the God of your past and present, but the God of your future. I have walked with you through every valley, and I will walk with you into every tomorrow. The road ahead may be uncertain to you, but it is not uncertain to me. I have gone before you, preparing the way. There are new mercies waiting for you at every sunrise, fresh strength for every task, and unexpected joys hidden in the ordinary days. Even when you do not know what lies ahead, you can be sure of this. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. I will finish what I have begun in you. Let us pray together now. Let this prayer be not just words, but a living reality in your heart. Prayer for the journey ahead. My dearest child, as you breathe in this moment, feel my presence all around you. I am closer than your next heartbeat. I know the thoughts that crowd your mind and the worries that tug at your soul. I know the hopes you carry and the wounds you hide. There is nothing about you that is hidden from me, and nothing about you that I do not cherish. Let your heart rest as I pray these words over you. Beloved, may my peace fill your mind, quieting every anxious thought and settling your soul like calm waters. May my love surround you, casting out every fear and reminding you that you are never alone. May my strength be your foundation, upholding you when you are weary and lifting you when you stumble. May my wisdom guide you, showing you the way forward when the path is unclear. May you know, deep within, that your worth is not measured by your success or failure, by your wealth or status, by the opinions of others, or even your own feelings. Your worth is found in my love for you, a love that is eternal, unchanging, and unbreakable. May your heart be open to receive every gift I long to give, the gift of forgiveness, washing away every stain of shame or regret, the gift of courage, so you may face each day with hope, the gift of faith, so you may trust me even when you do not understand, the gift of new beginnings, so you may rise from every failure and dream again. May your eyes be open to my presence in all things, the laughter of friends, the beauty of creation, the quiet whisper in your spirit. May you recognize my hand at work in both the extraordinary and the mundane. May you have the grace to forgive yourself and others, letting go of bitterness and embracing the freedom I have won for you. May you be kind to yourself in your weakness, patient in your growth, and gentle with your wounds. May you walk in humility, knowing that you do not journey alone but as part of my family, surrounded by many who love and support you. May you give freely, love deeply, and serve joyfully, knowing that in blessing others, you too are blessed. May you never lose sight of hope. Even in the darkest night, may you remember that dawn will come, that light will break through, and that I am always working for your good. Beloved, may you know that you are mine, and that nothing in all creation can separate you from my love. Where you feel empty, may I fill you. Where you feel lost, may I guide you. Where you feel afraid, may I give you courage. Where you feel broken, may I bring healing. Walk with me into the future I have prepared for you. Trust that my plans are to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you hope and a future. Trust that every tear you have cried I have seen. Every prayer you have whispered I have heard. Every longing in your heart I have noticed. I go with you, before you, behind you, and within you. You are blessed, you are chosen, you are loved, forever. Let this blessing settle in your soul. As you move forward, do not be afraid of what you cannot control or predict. The world is full of uncertainty, but my love for you is constant. There will be challenges, yes, but there will also be victories. There will be tears, but also laughter. There will be days when you feel strong and days when you feel weak. In it all, I remain the same. When you face choices, listen for my voice. When you grow weary, rest in me. When you stumble, reach out for my hand. When you celebrate, let me rejoice with you. You may sometimes feel that your faith is too small, your prayers too simple, your life too ordinary. But my child, never underestimate what I can do with a willing heart. I delight in taking the little you have and multiplying it into more than you can imagine. A mustard seed of faith is enough for me to move mountains. A single act of kindness can change a life. An honest prayer can open the floodgates of heaven. Let your life become a living prayer. Let every breath, every step, every word become an offering of trust. Even when you feel lost or unsure, remember, you do not walk alone. I walk with you, every step, every day, to the very end. A final word of blessing. As you look to the road ahead, I give you this blessing. May your journey be filled with wonder and discovery. May you find beauty in unexpected places. May you meet companions who encourage and inspire you. May you become a source of light for those you meet. May your life tell a story of redemption, hope, and love. When you fall, may you rise again with my help. When you fail, may you know my forgiveness. When you are afraid, may you find courage in my promises. When you rejoice, may you remember to give thanks. May every challenge become an opportunity for growth. May every sorrow become a place for compassion. May every ending lead to a new beginning. May every day remind you that you are loved beyond measure. And may the peace that passes all understanding guard your heart and mind, now and always. Vision for the road ahead. Before you go, let me paint a picture for you of the road ahead, not as a map with every twist and turn, but as a promise of my constant companionship. Imagine the journey as a winding path through fields and valleys, mountains and meadows. Sometimes the sky will be bright and blue, other times gray with storms. Sometimes the way will be clear and smooth, other times rocky and steep. But whether you run or walk, whether you dance or stumble, I am beside you. There will be seasons of planting, times when you sow seeds of kindness, faith, and hard work, not knowing when or how the harvest will come. There will be seasons of waiting, times when you rest, heal, or simply trust, even when nothing seems to be happening. There will be seasons of harvest, times when your prayers are answered, your hopes fulfilled, and your joy overflows. Every step, every season is valuable. Nothing is wasted in my hands. Your story is still being written, and I delight in every chapter. When you need direction, ask me. I will guide you, not always with lightning bolts or grand signs, but with quiet nudges, open doors, and gentle reminders. When you need strength, lean on me. My strength is made perfect in your weakness. When you need hope, remember all we have shared. Reread these words, recall my promises, and never forget, the greatest miracle is not what I do for you, but what I do in you and through you. An invitation to prayer. As you leave this time and continue your journey, let this be your simple daily prayer. Jesus, walk with me. Lead me, guide me, be my strength. Help me to trust you, to surrender each day, to see your hand in all things, to love as you have loved me. Amen. You do not need eloquent prayers or perfect words. You need only a heart that is willing, a soul that is open. I will do the rest. A final whisper of love. Before you go, listen to my heart for you. My child, I love you with a love that has no end. I have counted every tear, rejoiced in every smile, and walked beside you through every trial. You are more precious to me than you can know. Let nothing and no one convince you otherwise. Go forward in peace. Go forward in courage. Go forward in hope. I am with you, always. And as you walk this road, may you know the joy of my presence, the power of my love, and the promise that no matter where the path leads, I will always make a way,